Hey guys, Debo D, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be replacing the rear brake light switch on the Harley, because I think it's important that when I put my foot on the brake, people know that I'm stopping so they don't hit me, I think. Sure, let's get it done. Let me get you in here to the situation. So what happens is when I put the front brake on, the brake light kicks on, but when I go to put the pedal on, the brake light is not kicking on. So normally what happens is if you have it that the front brake and the rear brake are not operating the tail light, then you have electrical or bulbs burnt out. But when you have front brake and you have nothing on the rear brake, what normally goes bad is this little pressure switch right here. So what this does is when you put your foot on the brake, it puts pressure in here, then connects these two leads together, and that's what completes the circuit. Now in order to replace this, we got to unscrew that. Because it is hydraulic in here, I'm going to lose brake fluid, which I have dot for brake fluid, and you just need to make sure that the brakes are bled. So let's get you in here and get it done. So you would think that Harley Davidson would have this part in stock. When I called the local dealer, they did not, unfortunately. Now they could have got it to me next day at the tune of like 60 bucks, which I found weird. I went on the Jungle website and was able to pick one up for $12. Shipped, and I know everybody's going to say, well, you know, you should get it from the dealer, you know, blah, 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 yada, yada. It's all made in China anyway, so what the heck does it matter? Well, hopefully this works. If it doesn't, then I'll order the OEM part. So, it looks pretty straightforward. Pretty much pop this lead off, pop this lead off. Got my drip pan. This is actually for a bearings, but it should work just fine. So pop this off, we're going to pop this off, and then I'm going to slowly unscrew this, and then I got the new piece, so we'll put that in. I'm going to try to minimize the mess. I Teflon taped this one already, so I'm going to try to sneak this out and sneak the other one in. So we're going to see how quick we can. And of course I'm not going to be quick at all. And so by all means, that should technically do it. I'm going to crack the bleeder back here and take the top of the reservoir off. And then on top of the reservoir here, so it's only 2 Phillips. And on the back here, this is where your bleeder is going to be for your brake caliper. So let me take this off and make sure that's topped off. It was only a very little bit of fluid that came out, but once you introduce air into the lines, it becomes a big disaster. And that's actually pretty full. Top it off a little bit. I'm gonna need to anyway if I'm gonna crack that bleeder back there. If anybody's ever bled brakes before, obviously you're just going to get wrenching and put it on the bleeder. I'm going to crack this until I start seeing fluid come out. Now you can hook the hose up. You can hook up a hose here actually and then put it into the pan, and then you can pump up the brake and then crack the bleeder, and the fluid will shoot out of the bleeder. I guess I can do that considering it's only motorcycle. It's not necessarily a vehicle where you can't pump the brake at the same time of cracking the bleed screw. So I think I'm gonna actually try that. I'm just gonna show you this real quick. So you push up, and you push, and you push, and you push, and the last time you're pushing, you wait until this pedal gets firm. You're gonna hold pressure against this, and then you're gonna crack this bleed screw. And as you hold pressure and you crack the bleed screw, the pedal's gonna go all the way in. Now you keep holding that then until you close up the brake, the bleed screw again, and then you pump this back up. It'll make it nice and tight. Do it another time just to make sure you got all of your stuff. Now if you're making a mess, like I'm making a mess, you need to make sure you clean this up. Brake fluid on motorcycle tires is horrible, so you need to clean it. So I got good pedals, so I'm going to put the cap back on. I should really, what I really should do is scrape that off and repaint the top of that. But that will be for a different time. The good news is while I was bleeding that, there was no leakage from the switch. So now this you want to put down even. You want even pressure on this. And again, you're not killing it. All you're doing is making sure it's sealed. Oh yeah, real strong pedal. Let me put the big old size 12s on it. Make sure we got no pressure. Give it to me. Oh yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to hook up the leads that we took off and turn the key on the ignition and see if it works. And hopefully they go on and I don't have to worry about fighting with them. Well, that's right, I already am. Yeah, I'm telling you, I really don't complain much, but I mean, like, well, actually I do complain much, but like, when the leads for these are so freaking short, like, short, I know, they're not supposed to be a mile long, you don't want them dragging all over the place, but like, come on. Seriously? Like, come on. Okay, there we are. Yeah. Sure. So everything is bled. Everything is back together. Let's test. Now, we already knew that we had brake light with the front brake, but let's just try it. Hey, look at that. And now let's check it with the rear. Alright, we are good to go. That's a success. And really only took about 20 minutes. I'm going to wrap up today's video. I do want to take the time to say thank you for everybody who watches the videos. If you like this type of content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And on a personal note, you don't have to have the most expensive tools in the world to do basic maintenance on your vehicles, whether it's a car or a motorcycle or a muscle car, or you're doing stuff around the house. So if any of these videos inspire you to do stuff on your own, then that's a win. But again, I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.